Yes, hello, welcome to Monday morning on our channel. Ivan Kyei Innocent One. I catch you say Unyan subscribe to be part of this community. Just hurry, click on the subscription button and be part of this family, and let's grow together. A platform I will try our best to come your way with the facts as they are. Now, yen delve deeper into the critical component. A fire when they bit me to shape the political discourse. That's what I'm for. So, because my culture says whenever power is given to a black person, now one guy, they know, one very critical, now one very conscious of things happening. Now me one and that will be a go to sleeper. We will come back and things will be messy. And I think that democracy na no and if your constitution can empower you to be part of this whole thing going on in our country, because as citizens, so we cannot be spectators. We have to be active participants, stakeholders in whatever that happened in our country. We need to take vested interest in the political discourse, the discussion, shaping policy programs and initiatives of mine and it's the reason why we are here this morning to delve deeper into some of the critical issues so one maminka about the issue running around with the national security in the past makan zembebre about your national security.
There was intelligence that Governor Addison, and I'm speaking on what it is that I have checked when I got the social media information, checked from a source within national security.
You've checked this with a national security source?
A certain individual within national security, that he had wired his place with what they call backdoor electronic devices.
The reason why I ask is that because we don't know.
Well, that's why I'm saying that I'm telling you that, in fact, since then I've received multiple versions of it, including one by Kevin Taylor and so on and so forth that some of you don't want to hear about. But he had devices in his house wired to the Bank of Ghana, which enabled him to be monitoring what was, in fact, monitoring is a very diplomatic word. This is spying. This is surveillance. And the state has not authorized anybody in the form of a Bank of Ghana or a former Bank of Ghana to mount surveillance on the premises of the Bank of Ghana.
But why does he want to do that?
So that was the intelligence that the state had. And to be able, as I think he was explaining, or the Deputy Attorney General was explaining, they needed now to go to get the evidence. So the wires that we saw, the naked wires, were the wires into the device, which again, for political reasons, people have been saying that they were what you call CCTV cameras. That were retrieved from the premises. So as far as I'm concerned, that was the objective of that search. But even if they were CCTV cameras, we all know that Governor Addison, and I think Senior Counsel Martin Pebo has described it, is involved in some investigations around whether it is monetary policy or financial, whatever it is, printing of money, what I think the Americans call quantitative easing, over and beyond what our laws allow a government, the 5% of the previous whatever, blah, 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 that kind of stuff.
That's correct.
So the state has the right, like the state invited me, that we have heard you say certain things in the media, but they were not able to tell me that what I said was wrong. Because some people were saying that I should be, I was causing
fear and panic.
No, not even fear, a stronger word than that. So some people, even in the media space, were asking that I should be charged and prosecuted. But of course, the authorities knew that everything that I said, like I'm saying, is within my remit to say them. So we need to be very, very mindful.
Office no ankasa a creature of the Constitution, and there are specific mandates being given to the national security. But over the years, it does appear that the abuses, na use the national security no na ekwa and in recent times you a lot of the same conversation at trigger on social media. You what happened or Addison fear and Notoriety fear at trigger whole lot of new level conversation. And if you listen to some of the justification coming up, for instance, with the Addison there, Obeti said, yes, national security for your intelligence said, why installing secret devices? I would fear the black room. More or less, or engage in espionage, spying on unauthorized places you are not allowed to. So you go covertly, install cameras and CCTV cameras to observe and as a will monitor what is idea will be here. So if sources are national security for Gina, they call the fear, it's anything to go by, then clearly that was a clear breach of Yamra. And no kwan said the governor of Bank of Ghana installed secret cameras and other devices. I not in if you're from afar, no, or to me monitor what is happening in the bank, especially when the same person a subject of an ongoing criminal inquiry. So if this particular information so, and I'm sure say in the course of the day, there will be some kind of explanation that will be coming up. And if that is how the issue there, then Addison will have a lot to answer to the people of this country, because a culture would know how to install cameras in your home. And was in clear breach, said a privacy law, just a whole lot, because it's a criminal activity. Even as a governor of Bank of Ghana trying to install recordings and then as a phone, you can't just do it unilaterally. No, you have no right. Even if something of that particular sort will have to happen, it must go through the proper channel, seek various approval, and then as for clearances as to why you want to do that. But for one person to unilaterally install cameras and be watching it from his house, no, it can't be. So if that is the reason national security for Bohura, such things, you don't expect to be invited. No, the only way me identify an answer or more who the apostle and see ever catch up with you in your house to know, sir. And the options available is to go for your friend is saying court a warrant from the court. And even in this particular thing is a bit debatable in the commissioning of obi egusua or committed crime. Now indeed you have sufficient proof say Nipano is in the process of committing crime, then that warrant issue, so far as national security is concerned, becomes a secondary thing, because necessary measures must be taken to prevent the occurrence of that crime. And that means jumping over warrant to make sure, that particular harm or damage being caused, is stopped in due time to save life. So I think that these are issues in the coming days, and the conversation will be coming up. But my key issue has to do with the national security itself. In recent times, nipa binom use national security de ye wo krom ha nti na ama say that is the last thing. National security ne nyaade a nipa kora party na ye ko bisam say asem no omudi fo anaso odipem, because over the years the institution that is supposed to be an intelligent organization idea is to investigate, process, gather information, and reroute this information to other security agencies for actions to be taken. That institution over the years was turned into a terror arm of power, and it was being used to rain terror on individuals, to put the fear of God in a man for, and it gained notoriety for some of these criminal engagement in the criminal activities. Some people were in the name of national security raiding homes, attacking people, arresting people, abducting people from their rooms, night. Just so, and that image now, well enhanced and crafted on the minds of a lot of Ghanaians out there. No, about national security, nobody. People don't even want to delve into what happened before crucifying the national security. So I'm suggesting that the whole national security setup there need to undergo radical reforms in terms of personnel. Because very often what you see is our buying some by now microphone in them chrome share coat white, almost share t-shirt, and go tabo. Say Pentecost de king chain na chain or chain and say go tabo na taso because coat in white in the omo pankasa. Area kete na yeshe coat in as for the national security. Sometimes you wonder the basic training. Chasa, you don't need no answer national security no more nam krum nasa bi ensem hunu ni nyama hunu nyansa nim. So I think say in building a new Ghana and resetting Ghana, no, we need to make it a priority and make sure say we reset the national security itself. Now the objective, the vision, and the larger core mandate of this whole intelligent organization, you know, will be re-enhanced. Now you pin that to the minds of Ghanaians. Say national security is not a rogue arm, neither is it a terror arm. Now, it is an intelligent organization that is supposed to gather intelligence. Sebi ebetimi a bolster a secure national security in this country. But ankwaya sa na etwa so sade yehu no in the past. Na ekoso sade amanfo shase demonize the institution. We will end up losing the very essence of this whole national security thing. So my humble suggestion is that we need to enhance national security and mode of recruitment. Personnel na yadi omobano, we should bear in mind that they are coming to do an intelligent work. So intelligent minds and intelligent brains are required to execute intelligence job. It is not an avenue yet the party boys and girls among for the coding. No. Unless say your national security means something different. And NIB Akufo-Addo best society and so almost the same is a hunusa. I think time has come to breathe confidence into some of these state institutions once again. Sabaya Ghana ni benya did as say the national security no and your rogue arm and yet an institution yeah army rogue elements with guns. And then as for now, it is a composition of intellectuals, people with higher IQ. They can go deeper, sink into the general population to gather relevant information called intelligence. I'll bet me a processor refine that information to get what you call intelligence for our national security purposes. But where we are at the moment and the way our manner things are going, this action Addison fear may be justifiable if the information available is confirmed by the national security. But the question is that notoriety the national security again over the years, and the question is why na benya that ya kwakotie na waka amount. That is the thing. So I think as ye bia na reform the national security and other security agencies and institutions in this country. Sabaya, yebetima build trust, confidence. Na amount for enyagidie. Kobakacho say anywhere in the world, security agencies and security organizations, intelligence agencies and intelligence organizations don't protect the country. No. It is the trust and confidence citizens repose in their government and the secure bolster the existence and the very essence of that government. And we need to ensure say yɛbɛyɛ deɛ ɛbɛyɛ biara to embolden that trust and confidence. Sɛ bɛyɛ Ghana for bɛnya ahotɔso wɔ national security mu. Na sɛ issue no ba Ghana for will not go to the old memories they have about the national security and use it to judge its present activities. And I think that with that, we will be able to save the integrity of these sensitive intelligence organizations. And yes, sir, in the eyes of the people, no, it will remain a rogue arm where political parties throw in their loyalists just to go and hound opponent. But that may not be the case. But that is the impression a lot of people have. So how do we change the narrative? How do we flip it? Say indeed, national security is there for the larger security of the country, but not to execute a certain diabolic agenda of some aggrieved individuals and use it as an instrument to settle some personal scores or some vendetta against perceived political enemies. This is my take on national security. And I think that advisor it's here we need to reform the national security, radically reformed in terms of personnel. We need to, in a bid to save confidence and trust. Thank you very much. This is Kyei Innocent One here on YouTube. It's a short conversation I'm a person may not have about our national security. It's very, very, very important. And I think you will agree with me. So if you disagree in the comment section, you can just leave your comment there. We move on. That is democracy. That is how we build a country. NT. Subscribe it and be part of this community. And let's grow together. Thank you very much.